Welcome to episode number 7 of Ransom Notes. Are we on 7?
Sure, let's go with it.
I don't even know why I say that. I'm wrong
It's
half
7.
the time.
If you missed one, or if we missed one, let's just move on.
Yeah, it's too late for that now. The date is June
23rd.
23rd. It's been a little while. I've been busy. And also it's spring / early summer. I've had a vacation or two. Davis has had some weddings to attend to. We're closing up on a property up in Mammoth.
Mm-hmm.
A little vacation rental, which is cool. Congrats on that. And other than that, the market is still batshit crazy. I currently have an offer on the table right now, $56,000 over asking. Listing price was $995. And I just got a text from the agent saying that they have offers over $1 million and $150,000. So I literally have to come up another $100,000. And I'm removing loan contingencies in this market. I know we kind of talked about removing the appraisal contingency, potentially the inspection contingency, which even then you were telling me it's kind of iffy.
Yeah, that's one I don't mess around with.
But it's I'm doing that and removing the loan, and the offers are just coming in so much higher, it still doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah.
So this is kind of what I wanted to talk about. What would you do? You're an agent or the buyer. You just put in what you thought was a fantastic offer. Like, you removed your rights to remove yourself from the transaction. If you can't get a loan, he's saying, hey, I'll still be at fault for that. So take my full deposit, which at $1 million, 3% is $30,000.
Yeah.
Not a small amount of money to walk away from. What do you do if you've been looking for a house and no matter what you try and this is happening?
Yeah, it's hard to compare properties right now because everyone's like, well, I could have bought that one. I was like, well, that was a year or 6 months ago. Prices are just keep going up and up and up. If they can wait, if they'd absolutely love the property, they're just going to have to come up with more money, because if they don't, someone else will.
Yeah.
And I think people are just getting frustrated now because they've written 4 or 5 offers and they're like, just get me in a home. I don't even care anymore.
Yeah.
So you're bidding against that.
Yeah, we did too. We threw an offer out on this house that was just completely remodeled, and it's on the border of Huntington and Westminster. So not a special tract. There's a lot of tracts with mostly single-story homes in the 1,200 to 1,500 square foot range. There's a couple 2 stories. People have added on. Things are starting to change, and they're not special tracts. They're great starter home tracts, and you have everything you need. A 6,000 plus square foot lot. You have a driveway. You have a garage. You have a washer and dryer. You have everything you need, but there's nothing that differentiates these homes from where they were selling 3-4 years ago at the $600,000 to $7,000 range to $1 million now for a piece of shit in a bad location. Yeah, and that's what we're doing. We're here's the nice one, but let's keep looking and submitting offers because it's so nice. We're assuming this would happen. I just didn't think it was going to go $150,000 over.
No, that's a little high for that area for sure.
Oh,
and
by a lot.
Just because it was remodeled, I don't know. I haven't looked in that area recently what other ones are going for that aren't remodeled.
I was hoping we'd have a chance because the remodel looked like it happened recently, but enough time has passed to where the paint got weathered. Some of the stuff started fading. It's not the top of the line best color and design.
So it wasn't a flip.
It wasn't a flip. Someone did it to live there, but because they did it the right way, they removed walls. You could see all the facets where they were running vents, and they reformatted the whole home. I think it looked to me like they kept maybe 2 rooms and completely restructured how they built the master bath. They expanded it, made the master have a ginormous walk-in closet, and the 2 secondary bedroom. The layout just made sense. You could tell that it wasn't just, they took the old floor plan and did what they could with it. They put money into it and they moved walls. I was just hoping not as many people would recognize that.
Yeah.
And just think that it either was a flip or because they did some upgrades 5 years ago that this is why it's being listed at $1 million.
They might not be recognizing it. They might just be over it and just wanting a house in that school district or that neighborhood or whatever.
That one was in the Glenview track, I believe. It's an elementary school up there, I think just right past Edinger.
Yeah.
But this is the one where I'm usually pretty close to guessing where things are going to go, and I'll give that information to my client and be like, you have to be here, and so if you want to stop at $1,050,000, it's probably going to go to the $1.1 million mark. But then I was way off, way wrong. I at least like to put the decision into my client's hands. This is where it's probably going to go. This is where you probably have to be. And most of the time, I'm pretty accurate.
And some of the agents are off too. Like I'm writing offers right now in a 55 and over community. They're not getting multiple offers. Things are sitting a few weeks to a month. So it's not moving that crazy. And we're writing like super clean, like all cash, 15-day close. We're doing an inspection, but that's it. Like, and a lot down in earnest money. And the offers, they're still coming back going, well, you're not over asking. I was like, well, you don't have anyone else willing to give you your asking price. So why would I pay over?
Yeah, that's kind of like the other side of things. That's like the lower end of like these market traumas, I'm going to call them.
Yeah, and they're still thinking that it was 6 months ago when they were getting 4 or 5 offers, because typically they're not getting as much being in a senior community. But when you have one offer and it's exactly what you've asked for, don't you take that offer?
If you've been sitting, you consider it very seriously.
So they're not, and we've walked away from 2 so far, and this was a week and a half ago on the last one, and it's still sitting.
And where are these properties?
They're out in Corona.
Okay. That's another aspect, I think, too, is just Orange County, holding value a little bit stronger. I think those areas are going to start seeing the fall off sooner.
But why aren't these agents seeing that now? Like,
inexperienced. Maybe they don't have, maybe it's their one listing they got because their friend's like, hey, the market's hot. Will you come list my house? And they really haven't been doing this full time and don't have a real good pulse on the market.
Yeah, well.
Which is a lot of agents.
That's, I think, a big thing in my situation. It's a little unique. I would politely say it's over-experienced agents. Maybe some that should have retired, 40 years ago.
Okay.
So that's who I'm dealing with. Like, let's just say they're signing everything.
So they're just using very old school, like, call my bluff if you want, kind of poker sales tactics. Because you were, I think was this the house you were talking to me about before earlier?
Yeah, one of the guys is in the business for he's like, I've been doing this for 60 years. I was like, okay, well, this isn't.
You shouldn't say that when you're doing shit wrong.
A little different times here, pal.
It actually hurts you more.
Yeah.
If you're making errors and telling people how experienced you are, like, suit you better to say I'm brand fucking new. This would all make sense then.
Oh, the best part of this one that I didn't tell you yet was the seller of the property keeps calling me.
Oh, really?
I'm not calling her. I'm not breaking any rules.
Are you answering the phone?
Yeah.
What did she say?
She told me twice that she should have hired me and not her agent. And
was this off a buyer letter?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
No, his showing instructions say call the homeowner. So I called to set up a showing. I went out, did the showing, and now she has my phone number.
What is he doing?
He's doing nothing. He didn't even photograph the property.
Was it input only? Like, is he getting paid $500 only to do this?
Nope. He's
full
a full
service.
Yep.
Okay.
So she keeps calling me. So we just said we're not moving forward. We're too far apart in the counter. I've given you everything. You're still asking for more. Good luck. Assuming that his client's going to call me. If she does, she does. If not, we don't care. Like, we've now found something else. But he just cost his client, probably the best deal, in my opinion, the best deal she's going to have. We were all cash, no appraisal. There is no properties, even in the last 180 days I searched, that will make her house appraise.
Okay, so you already feel like you guys are overpaying at what her list price was because she priced high, clearly, or else she wouldn't be sitting for this long.
So she's not going to have, if she has anyone with a loan, they're not going to qualify. Yeah,
I think that's I'm going to kind of spin off a little bit. I think that's that happens all the time. In my experience, I'll have people where it's like they know me. I had a previous relationship. Maybe the timing was off and I didn't reach out to them. They ended up listing with a competitor. And I'll just text them, hey, notice you list your house as blah, blah, blah. I wish you the best of luck. Call me if things don't work out or you change your mind down the line or need help with anything.
Yeah.
And a lot of times I will get that text back, man, I don't know why. I got their mailer in, and so I decided to call them real quick. I should have talked to you. And now this lady, it's cost people money because there's a lot of bad agents that put on a really good fucking show.
Oh, yeah. And it's just like a job interview.
They have to be on for an hour.
There's some people that can interview well, and there's some people that can do the work.
Yeah, that used to be me before I learned a lot. It's like I could dress well. I was well-spoken. I knew enough to bullshit. And then I'd walk away and be like, okay, I need help now.
Now I need to learn how to do my job.
And I was like, I don't think that's the right way to do things anymore. But I was like, grew up in the whole fake it till you make it thing.
Well, and that's also,
where that's what everyone was doing.
That's the difference between experience and someone starting new. Like
Yeah.
when you're starting, yeah, you have to do that because you haven't had these situations before, because all these are unique.
Yeah. But I had confidence and like knowing that if something came up, just give me an hour. I'll go figure it out. I'll learn. Like as things are going, and I'll learn quickly enough to make sure that it doesn't come back and bite you in the butt.
And that's the thing. Some people don't learn that well.
No, they don't. But yeah, just
Or
to
make
your point,
things up.
You gotta do this shit. You gotta do your research on agents. Don't hire that friend, unless that friend is a very good, successful agent that is doing a lot of business in this current market. Not so I've been doing this for 40, 50 years. Okay, Peter. Well, how freaking many sales have you had in the last year? Well, 2, but then you don't have a pulse on the market. And you don't know what's going on because there's been a lot of code changes to homes. There's been a lot of disclosure changes through COVID. It's like, there's been a lot of prop changes. Are you really up to date and you're knowledgeable on every single one of those changes that has been made in the last year?
Yeah, like it's a full new contract.
When your prime
now.
was 20 years ago?
Yeah.
Probably not.
So my advice to someone that's looking for an agent, find out if they're full-time or part-time. That's the easiest way to cut people out.
I'm sorry, what's a part-time agent?
99% of the people in California that hold a real estate license.
Is it that many?
I'm guessing.
Yeah. All those, all the single moms, single dads,
But
trying to
like
get a little side hustle.
If your
doesn't
colleague
work
at
that
work
way.
tells you they also have a real estate license and they can sell your house, like, don't do it.
That's a red flag.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
People these days love red flags and they love to ignore them though.
okay, then go for it.
Yeah, if you want to be toxic in your relationships, that's fine, but don't be toxic with your real estate agent because that'll cost you millions of dollars.
Yeah, and if not, when they screw up, give me a call. Like, we'll come fix it.
We'll try. We'll try. Depends on how much damage they've done.
Yeah, if it's already sold, then you know what? Better luck next time.
That just reminds me of Happy Gilmore. All right. Peace out. Hope you enjoyed whatever it is that we just did here. And we will be back next week talking more shit and getting a little bit more consistent now that the summer schedule is kind of settling in at my household, at least. So, all right. Bye-bye.
Thank you.